Furiosa and a bunch of no-names.
Witness me!
Smoke on.
It's probably only chronic that I
Smoke on. Smoke on.
smoking on chronic.
Smoke on.
What up with it, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Cannabis Critics. I am S2G.
And I'm Ron Kilo.
And this is another episode of Cannabis Critics, movie reviews for Potheads.
Old Guard, man, I'm going to be
You want
honest.
to get your machete out first, or should I get mine?
When I first heard about Old Guard and I seen like the little clips and the little trailers Netflix put out, I was actually looking forward to seeing this flick.
So
For
was I.
real. The sequences, the action, and Furiosa, I was just like, sign me up. It was looking like something right up my alley. And then they can die, come back to life. Yes, sir.
Coming off of a Netflix gem, Extraction. So, my expectations for this movie was real high.
I felt like that was a real point to where I'm like, we're coming off of a high like that, and then you give us this Reginald. And it's like, what the fuck? What are you smoking?
Yeah.
Gina Prince cooks up this dog turd.
Man, she gave us a bag of seeds. We can't even
For the
sell that shit.
business.
She got like 4 other motherfucking immortals that she's running around with, and they trying to save the day somewhat and stay in secret and keep their identity secret all in the same time, to where sometimes they get exposed and people was after them. People ever after them? Was the government ever aware of them? I mean, they kind of like knew of them, but it never was really wrote into the story.
It was like those files in this facility was like tucked off in the black ops section.
right.
It was like need to know staff.
And the antagonist is some pasty ass motherfucking no name actor. He probably been in some shit, but I don't remember.
He was the harvest. He
Their
was the
power.
Exactly.
Their healing power, their healing factor.
So he cuts him open, lets him heal back, dissects him like little fucking lab rats.
This movie was like a lame ass Weapons X movie. I'm talking about you got a bunch of motherfucking Wolverines, and you couldn't come up with better writing, better shooting. I mean, the way they shot this movie was kind of like almost handheld phones. Some of the shots that should have been gritty wasn't. Some of the shots that was gritty shouldn't have been. I'm just like, where was they going with this movie?
Too popish. It was like the music, sound is everything. And the music that was going on during the wide location shots was like upbeat pop music. And it was just like, and it wasn't like one time. It should have been something more serious. Because if you're going to make a movie where it's basically taking itself serious, give us this
A Fast and the Furious soundtrack.
Movies, a Fast and the Furious soundtrack goes with the Fast and the Furious movie. They had a Fast and the Furious soundtrack on this slow ass, trying to be killer Wolverine. Like, I mean, where was they with this movie? They was all over the place. What was it supposed to be? An action movie? A drama action movie? A superhero movie?
The guy that turned on the Immortals, him, I felt like he has potential.
I could see him as a James Bond villain. I ain't even gonna lie. He was a pretty good villain.
More of an anti-hero, because he had, it was a pull of, a morale situation there.
Man, I hope y'all smoking. Towards the end of the movie, for real, Charlize Theron gets this really good scene. It's a fight scene, action scene, like one of the best shooting scenes in the movie is the last scene when the black chick goes up in there to save Charlize Theron.
There should have been a lot more gun battles going on. If you're dealing with trying to catch immortals, there should have been a lot more gun battles and a lot less secret agent type shit.
Right.
Should have went more of the Bourne route.
Yeah. But I think they lost that effect due to the fact that nobody really could die. Now, the people that were sent after these motherfucking immortals, they was trained assassins or trained killers per se. Can't believe or get into the character or even think like, oh, should I be worried in this fight scene? Is this motherfucker gonna die? Is this motherfucker not gonna come back? No, you never really get that feeling. You just know, okay, they're gonna fight, get shot, maybe die, and then come right back and fight in the next scene.
They tried to flesh out these characters and give you backstories, but the scripts was garbage. To where it was like
Wasted talent.
I'm not even gonna call it that because I wasn't impressed by the acting, especially not from the black girl.
This is her debut.
It was just the dialogue was corny to me. It was just the situations that went down. I wasn't buying it. I was just like, should have made it a little more down to earth. Bring that back a little bit.
They didn't even explain why these people was immortals. If they did explain why they was immortals, I missed that. They didn't give you enough of why, how people are immortal and they being chased by parts of the, not even the government. They was being chased by a corporation.
A rich motherfucker.
Right. So I'm like, man, come on, Netflix.
I couldn't take the bad guy serious. I couldn't take his goon serious. Like, come on, man.
Whacked his ass in the neck with that fucking big ass axe. Man, oh my goodness, I love that scene.
The problem with the movie, it should have had more shit like that going on.
For real, because these people are immortal.
I felt robbed of 2 hours of my time.
You know, we don't like the shit on Netflix because Netflix is family.
We don't, but they got a
love
rated
Netflix.
X system and trust and believe I put it to use.
Right.
And I'm going to give this movie a wet blood.
Oh my goodness. I am Simply Gino Green.
Now, Brian Kilo,
This has been another episode,
Cannabis Critics,
Movie Reviews.
Potheads.
Smoke. Smoke 'em.